It's morning time. What date is it today? We're January 21st of January. We're about caught up. We're about as caught up as we've ever been, which is good. This time of the year, there just isn't the amount of, you know, the days are short and the jobs, it's pretty much hay delivering, sorting cows out, and then the odd farm job if we get to it. So anyway, Linda and Hayes have been on hay. Been very busy with that. I can see Farmer's been in this morning early and done half of the round for me. We're conserving straw a little bit, so yeah, Farmer's had a few different thoughts in what to do with the cattle. He's umming and ahhing whether to just sell the big lot. We're very concerned with our straw quantities at the moment. We've got two-thirds of a stack down in one stack and a small stack up at the other one, and it is just making us a little bit worried. The mornings are always the same. I think I'm on my own this morning. Farmer's gone off for a spray course, so he's been in early and got a bit done, which is handy. That leaves me a little bit less to do. So he's been in and fed all the cows in the cow yard, and I can see he's put all the silage down for the young ones, and that just leaves us to put the straw in the sheds, which is the easy bit really. Cattle prices are very good at the moment. We could just keep all of our heifers that we want to look at for next year and then sell the lot as one lot, and that way we won't have so much straw going into those guys, and that will be the difference. You know, when it comes to calving, we've got another shed to start littering up. You start using about 10 to 12 bales a day, you soon start getting through some straw. So Farmer's got some decisions to make. These ones will go whatever, but it's whether he gets rid of the ones around the back. You can see the steam coming off them, can't you? I would have thought there would have been a calf or two this week. It's Tuesday at the moment. Get these lot out. Go on, girls. Go out. Go out. Go out. Go out. I know we bed our cattle up a bit too good, really, compared to some others that I've seen. I'll take one of them out. Any bale you can save for a day is another bale for tomorrow, so we tend to bed them up really good. And it's because the cows are in a month early, and it's surprising what extra straw you use in just a month. And we thought we had plenty enough. Anyway, I'm going to get these guys littered up. Got the bulls to sort out, got a few little jobs around the farm we've got to do. Had a day round deliveries yesterday. Just lost the day. You just 3 or 4 deliveries on top of cattle work, 6 bad eyes as well in the morning to sort out, and that was the day done yesterday. You don't get much of a day this end of the year. Anyway, there's quite a few in there bagging up now, so I would have thought by the end of the week we would have a few calves about. And as for the videos, we'll probably go back to just 2 videos a week unless I've got enough content for you. It'll be alright once we start with field work again. There'll be some content there. Keithy's at another farm hedge trimming. Farmer's gone off to get some, he has to go on these spray courses to pick up points for his sprayer license, or I'm not too sure how it works. He just sorts all that out, but he has to have 10 points every year, and to get those points he has to go on courses. So he has to go and sit on a course and do some learning about different things, new rules and regulations and all that sort of stuff. I know what you're going to say to me, where's the blower, Matt? And today I'm with you. And this bale's the wrong way around. Fantastic. if you can do it in the morning. If you've got to feed everything with silage, blah blah blah, it takes a little bit longer. Look at these two. Come and tread it in just to make my life a bit more difficult. Got some nice lights in here. Put these in, I can't remember if it was last year or the year before, but that's not a good sign. This is what comes out of the mill: crushed oats and barley. These guys, well, they're all having it day and night actually. Farmer was just feeding the big ones day and night, but he felt sorry for the other ones calling. A little scan through as we go by, checking eyes. Good chance to check eyes, looking for wet spots around the eyes. We did a load yesterday, so we're pretty up together again on eyes. I don't know what the issue is, but those guys are all right. A couple of weeks time we'll get all this down, and then we can start using the yard. We can start using the yard as it was made for then, just in the right time as well. Be a bit easier than it's surprising though how you just make do with one way in and one way out. You know, you get yourself into another routine. It looks messy around the front, but that's where they feed. But in the main, they're not too bad in there, so we're going to leave them today, and then we'll put one in tomorrow. These cheeky monkeys that are helping themselves. The old man's been sweeping up with the yard brush, so we've got all this slop to take away. We'll take that away if we get a chance today. He likes doing that. Puts the brush on, makes a big heap of slop. This shed always wants a couple. Got a couple of trucks we got to get rid of. One is just knackered completely, and the other one we want to rub the bed off it just in case for another day. Look at that cheeky side. And I'm eating it all by the time we get to it. Come on in, you boys. Come on. Come on. Come on in. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, you boys. Come on. We lure them away so we can get the straw in. Works pretty nice. Go boys, go boys. And saves you getting crushed on the other side. But because there's a few more in here, just scanning eyes again. Some really good beasts in there. Some not quite ready to go yet, but they're going to come to something good in the end. Steady. Got to be careful with these, look. Steady. They will have you over. They won't mean to. Steady. You have got to be careful. How do I? Steady. Right. Good. Good. Shh. Right. Yeah, a fair few in here. We won't want any more in here really. As we're getting close to calving now, cows can sometimes, even though they've had they've had 2 boluses this time. We were spreading the boluses out 6 monthly, but according to other people, they were saying, you know, should really be chucking 2 in at a time. So that's what we've done anyway. But as well as that, in the morning routine, we start adding, we're not going to add a lot today, but especially when they've got calves at foot, it's more so then really. When calves are draining milk off the cow, they can get deficient in certain minerals. Anyway, magnesium is one that they can't store. They get it through their food, so we give them a little bit of surplus as well in the spring when they go out to grass and the grass hasn't got enough magnesium in. They get something called staggers, which is magnesium deficiency. We'll put a bit of this stuff in anyway. Let me show you a bit. It's like flakes, magnesium flakes, and it just dissolves in the water. We're not going to put a great deal in, just a couple of lumps like that. So this just goes straight in the water, so simply like that. The reason we put it in their water is because everybody's got a drink, and this is the only tank in here at the moment. But as we add different sheds and start splitting sheds off, we add more tanks to the sheds, and then we put a little bit in each tank, and we don't have a problem with magnesium deficiency. Those will just sit in there, you can see them fizzing, they just melt away as the day goes on. Every cow that goes to there gets just a little bit. Little heifer, look. I would expect her to be in the next few days. She's changed massively. There's 2 or 3, isn't there? One, look. You can just start seeing their bags full up now. I think we're going to have quite a few calves in short succession. Yes, anyway, Brand Man will be here in about a week's time. Go on, girls, go on. We've got a few in this shed we've got to do. Foot Trimmer Man will be here. We're going to do them in groups as they calve, just because they're so close to calving now. We don't want to accidentally have any trouble, because they carry on a sling, you see, so we don't want any trouble with calves. So we'll get a group of cows and calves together, and then we'll get the man here to trim their feet after they've calved, so that'll work quite nice. He'll have to come in probably 3 or 4 different groups, something like that. But I think we are planning on having their foots trimmed. That's a good day. Yeah, if you want some work, that's a good day for you. Apparently I've got to help you on the hay today because you can't handle it. Doing sheep. Jesse. Here's a new boy. He's pretty quiet actually. We're mighty impressed with him. He's hell of a shape. Nice shape he is. Anyway, one bale between 2. Linda's got herself some hay on. Steady. Steady. Good boy. Steady. Yeah, he's just he sort of keeps away from you like you sort of expect him would, but he's a lovely shape. The guys who we come from said you put a halter on him, you can lead him round the yard and blah blah blah. He'll be all right anyway. And next year, I think Farmer was saying there might be 2 other new ones, just so we don't get bulls coming in with daughters. Stay there, boy. But he seems to be all right. I always find with the bulls, they don't ever really like to be touched. They're not toys, they're not, animals. Come to see what it's all about. Steady, boy. Steady. Steady. That's it. There you go. That's how you want them to be anyway, just like that. And you really don't mess with them. You just want him to get used to us. The Red Angus is quiet. And this old boy, he ain't too bad. They're all fine as long as you don't, don't mess them about. Be direct with them and be clear with what you want them to do. We'll be in here mucking this out shortly. There we go. This is the Red Angus. He's a stabiliser. He was a new boy last year. So should see some of his calves late on, I think. And then there's Ricky, who's got to be we just got to be careful where he goes. So, and then it'll be his turn to go next year as well. So next year we'll have another new Red Angus here. We'd like to keep him, you know, but we're only using him on the heifers, and they produce a smaller calf, and that's ideal for heifers, being you know, being very tight first time calver, you know, so easy calving for the heifers. They're all nice and quiet this morning. But this is a guy who thinks you're going to give him a big hug every time. He sort of doesn't realise his size. A couple of weeks we'll be in here, we'll get all this out, clean it out. Ricky boy! Huh? No, you're coming with me, mate. I'm the leader. You are the passenger.
3 packs of hay on the back here.
Yeah?
So
3 packs, yeah? Right, anyway, we've done the cattle. The next job is always to load Linda with her hay. The 4x4, you know, we've got a little, it's just options. We've got certain yards where you can only go in with a 4x4. And we've got other yards where the new truck basically just fits in to take the strain off the Mercedes. It's yeah, it's soon gathered up some miles, so we just wanted to have, if one of the trucks are ever in for repair or MOT, we wanted to have another truck we can use while that one's being repaired, because yeah, the deliveries going out now are just well, it seems to be getting more and more, so we don't want to be without a truck if the other one's in for MOT. So that's why the new truck's here. Lovely, I can take them away. We had the rain come in here and it's got under all these bottom packs, so we use them as a bit of a shelf for the meantime. The top ones are all fine, we'll feed them the cows. A bit annoying. It should be better next year. It's just during those weird horrible storms that we had, yeah, it just all found its way in somehow. Put some lights on so we can see, but the hay quality, most of it, 90% of it I would say this year, beautiful quality. The balers really did a nice job. The new packer, look at the packs, you know, I was sort of saying to Arxon, the string placement, you can see they're all over to one side. They could just do with shifting 2 inches to the left. I saw them at a couple of the shows. I did tell them, but that's being picky. I mean, we haven't had we don't have any trouble picking them up anymore. We don't, and this grab here, I don't know what the difference is. This grab is really nice, but we don't have trouble picking them up. It's just good. It's made a massive difference this year, especially in the shed. The balers, we just got to. The bales have been a little bit all over the place in terms of weight, so we've got to be a little bit better getting the weights the same. You get some light bales, then some heavy bales, and we just need to do a better job of matching the balers up a bit better. But it hasn't been something that's killed the job or anything like that. Just if you wanted to make an improvement, that's how you do it. And it was first time with them balers last year, so it was all learning. By the end, Daisy made some lovely packs of straw in the end. Anyway, Linda is always busy in the mornings, especially over Christmas. She's super busy, which is good, but Farmer always tells us better to be busy than not, which is true. Anyway, I've got some fiddling about in this shed, tidying up. I've got a feeling the bottoms of those ones might be damaged also. So I have got to look at those when I get time. Once we've got this face off, it's a lot easier in these sheds. I was sort of saying to farmer, why don't we put them in from the other way, but it just doesn't work out very nice when you're putting them in the shed. You've got so much coming in, and you got the posts and stuff, and it just works better to come through the shed as a whole. Once you've made a hole in there, it works beautiful. But hay quality's up, you know, I would say it's up this year. I would say bale quality, as in the shape and bale itself, is up, and the pack quality, I would say, is up way better, miles better actually. That Arxton made a massive difference. So they might come in the summer. I might get the guy from Spain was saying he might pop down in the summer and take some pictures and have a chat with us while we're using it. It's been a big deal for them in America as well, and all the changes they made. They've seen, you know, everybody said how well it's done, and we were happy with the old one. So, as you know, we didn't sell the old one on for the sake of selling it. It just sort of fell in.
Those 2 packs on the floor, the bottoms of them, they're all black, so
Yeah.
you bring them back and
They're all the way along like that.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
These don't like, I don't know what you put in the feeders, they don't like it.
Oh, they're probably not hungry. We gave them like 9 or 10 bales yesterday.
Right, okay. It's just they seem a bit restless, that's all.
Yeah.
A bit odd.
Yeah, it's all that stuff from Collins, and they have been eating it. I bet they ain't hungry.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
They can protest all they like, Linda. Ain't happening.
you're going to go and bang around one on.
Yeah. I'm just going to grab some loose ones. 2 minutes. Farmers just give me a call saying there's a grain lorry on the way, so load the girls for hay and go and load a lorry next. Anyway, that'll keep them busy for a few hours. We're back over at Astley Bridge Farm, and I told you this in the past, if you watch one of our other videos, we had another flooding event in the barn, so we had to move the wheat. So this is the last little bit. I don't know what will be there. Andrew would be able to tell you, and Jim would be able to tell you. They're very good at guessing it. I would guess 3 loads there, maybe something like that. Anyway, make sure your bucket's locked on. Make sure you got some passports with you. Pretty simple. Loading lorries, you know, it's not a difficult task. You always load the front of the lorry first. This is a bulker, so these are easy to load. Always load the front first, then the back, and then if you need to, you can load the middle then. And it's just simply okay. So making sure your bucket's on, tipping it in. About 1.5 tons per bucket. 20 buckets of wheat is usual for a for a full load, usually, depending on weight limits of the lorry and capacity. Some tractor units, you see the lorry at the front, some are heavier than others, so they can only carry so much, so it all depends, lorry per lorry. But you get a nice tub like that, you can fill them up quick. Anyway, I won't bore you to tears with it. I've got better at this as time's gone on. I always do 3 across the front, three across the front, 3 across the, you know, just between the sections. There's a bar in the middle, you've always got to bear that in mind. So you've got to watch the tip of your bucket on the bar. Not a problem for us, but for the guys with loaders and tractor loaders, stuff like that, you know, it all gets a bit close. They'll have little ramps that they drive up to load the lorry if they're not quite tall enough, you see. These telehandlers just make everything easy. We would be lost without them. That's why we have 3. And you know, we never really mention the Manitous too much, but you know, these yeah, some guys, you know, they go on about JCB and all other brands, and I don't know, I never really find myself wanting any more than what these give us. I think the hand, where you put your hand on the controls, I think that is beautiful. You know, I never want for any more. I never want for any more power. We like the this isn't a hydrostatic, I don't know what they call it, but it's power shift maybe, or something like that. But we never I've driven hydrostatic and it's just different, you know. We're not, I'm just used to the way these are, but you never have to rev the Manitou as such. You never want him for more power, you never want him for more capacity. They just, for us, they're just perfect for what we do. These are 737s, so 7 meter reach, 3.7 ton lift. You can have a 740 with a 4 ton lift, but the trick is with them is to have the 130 horsepower plus models. You won't ever want any more then, but you never have to rev it. You know, I like this machine. I used the boys at JCB a little while ago, and you know, I quite like that as well. But I don't know if, you know, some of these guys get caught up on brands and stuff, and for us it's just getting the job done. You know, a machine is better than no machine, literally. But we don't have too much trouble with them, and yeah, we keep the machines the same, because you run a JCB, a Manitou and a Merlot, and all of a sudden you've got 3 different machines, 3 different brands. So we try and keep it the same just for ease. You know, we can go to the same dealership and get all our parts. But yeah, some of the boys like the JCBs, and you know, I just hadn't used them, so simple as that. You know, I'm sure they're good, and I bet the boys who have them wouldn't have anything else, but we wouldn't have anything else either. So the only thing on these this is the brand new Manitou. I don't know what we're up to, 1800 hours on it already. The only thing for us is the choice of handbrakes. You've got plenty choice of handbrake, which is a bit odd. It's the only thing really, but whether that's a bad thing or a good thing, me and Farmer use the button on and off. Keithy uses it as an automatic feature, where I find if you're using it like that, it's just constantly on it. The handbrake's constantly on all the time. But that's personal preference, I guess. And then you've got another manual handbrake down here, which is the old style one, which we really loved on the old Manitous, and then they got rid of it for a clicky type one, which was nowhere near as good, because you could never get the thing to come, well, you got to have 3 goes at it to turn the handbrake off. Anyway, you know, Manitou, just having a machine that lifts is the beauty of it. Anyway, that's 6. We'll get this man loaded and gone, and I don't know how to ever judge these things. It's always more than you think at the back there. I would say there's probably 2 loads there. There'll be 2 loads and probably maybe a half. But once we get to the last load, we sweep it all into the middle, and sometimes they have to come for a part load, and then they'll weigh ours, and then they'll go to another farm for a part load, and then they'll take it all to the same place. Depends on the grade and where it's going and stuff like that. But yeah, there'll be another 2 load in there. I don't know what we had off the field. I'll message Jim and see what we harvested last year. I think Farmer reckons it was up near 700 tons, so that's what we would be guessing at. That's what the combine read it at, which I don't think it was calibrated, so you can't take that fully for granted. But I'm just going to have these corners out now, sweep the heap up back into, so you're not driving on it, and the man will take that away. He's going to wantage with that one, so we'll lock the shed back up and head back to the farm. We have to start coming through the shed now and just having a little look at everything and making sure we're not missing anything. You end up walking through this shed 20 times a day. Farmer was on about putting some cameras up. Whether we'll get to it this year or not, it might be something for next year, but we'll see on that one. Farmer's going to be busy organising seeds, organising fur, organising you know, everything like that for spring drilling and stuff like that. So just have a quick walk about, but yeah, easy to miss them if you don't start looking. Usually have a close call or something like that that sort of wakes you up a bit, but yeah, we'll leave it on that one. This is sort of the day-to-day stuff that we're going to be doing over the next month. There'll be some machinery work. We've got a load of stuff to shuffle about the sheds again, but yeah, done her eye yesterday. She got a green mark on. Give her an injection. Yeah, I did 4 cows yesterday actually. Bit annoying. And as soon as first calf arrives, I will be showing you that. I would have thought we would have seen one this week. Still don't know about my 402. Oh, she got some runny blue. They're all just, there's a few of them just starting to show signs now. There's 1 or 2 with 1 or 2 heifers that are close, but I don't see anything yet. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. That's a little bit of the day-to-day stuff, you know, that's stuff we're doing every day. Hay deliveries, loading hay trucks, loading wheat, loading, sorting cattle out. This is sort of the day-to-day stuff. We'll go out and do a crop walk. Hopefully, I don't want them to be too long, so we'll go out and do a crop walk on the next one, see how that's going. I'm waiting for a nice day to show you that. We'll leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time. Cheers.